So let's go ahead and get started with step one, strategy before tactics. As I was saying, there's two parts to your marketing strategy. First part is, who is your target market? Who is your ideal customer? What do they look like? And then the second part to the strategy is, what should you be saying to this person? What message should you be communicating that is meaningful to them? Now, we have a little bit of a system here in duct tape marketing for determining these two things. Let's start with the ideal client and how we figure out who exactly that is. Now, every business has clients that they like to work with more than other clients, and you can probably think right now of a few people or customers in your business that really are not ideal, that maybe are always asking for discounts, or maybe always asking you to do extra things for them that you don't really do, or that aren't really in your area of specialty. And for whatever reason, these customers are just not very profitable for you, or maybe even are customers that you lose money on. But businesses sometimes have a more difficult time identifying who their ideal customer is. So what do we mean when we say ideal customer? Well, the way we define that, the way duct tape marketing defines that, is that it is a customer who is profitable and who also refers other customers to you. We want to get as many of these customers into our business as we can, because it's going to make our job a lot easier. It's a customer who has a fantastic experience working with you and can't wait to go out and tell their friends about us. So to identify these people, what you need to do is just create a spreadsheet of all your most profitable customers or clients, and then start to look for common characteristics that keep showing up again and again. Do they all share demographic information, like where they live, what types of income levels they have, gender, or profession, or a host of other types of demographic information? Do they all share some psychographic information? Do they all enjoy the same types of activities? Do they all maybe belong to certain clubs or organizations? These are the things that we want to look for, these common factors among our ideal customers. When we've got this information, we want to actually take that and create a detailed biographical sketch. So we want to almost write a biography of this imaginary person that is our ideal customer. Imagine that you're trying to describe to a friend the type of person that you like to work with. You can even give this person, or this imaginary person, a name. You can give them a picture. Just make it a very vivid description, so that you can use it as a training tool for your employees and an education tool for your referral sources. Now, that's the first part. So complete that step and do that spreadsheet and identify your ideal customer. Then we're going to take that information and use it to identify your core difference, your marketing message that you need to be communicating. It's extremely important for a small business to make themselves different in some way from their competition. And unless you own a utility company, you do have competition. If you don't communicate a difference between you and your competitor, the market's going to create a difference, and that difference will be price. You don't want to be the guy who's competing on price. They're the ones who are competing to see who can go out of business the fastest. You want to be the person who's competing on quality or service, or a number of other factors. So how do you communicate your difference? How do you find out what that difference is? Instead of guessing or trying to make one up, the easiest thing to do is actually just to ask your customers. So we're going to take that spreadsheet that you completed in step one of this process. You're actually going to survey those people and ask them a couple of questions to help you determine how you're different. The first question you need to ask them is how they found out about you. Were they referred? Did they see one of your ads? This is important information that you need to know. The second thing you should ask them is why they decided to hire you in the first place. What was it about you that made them want to do business with you versus one of your competitors? Ask them what it is that you did for them that really stood out in their minds and that made you different than some of the people you compete against. And don't let them just say something like, you gave us really good service, or you gave us better service, or something like that. You really want to dig deeper and ask, well, why was the service better, and what exactly about the service that we provided was good for you. Maybe have them tell you a story about the service that you provided. The next thing you should ask them is what you can do to improve that service. Obviously, these are your ideal customers, so you know they already had a great experience, but what could you do for them to even make it a little bit better? That's something you really want to find out from them. Next, ask them if they do in fact refer you to other businesses, and chances are they'll say yes, since they did have such a good experience with you. And if they say yes, ask them why. What exactly was it about that experience that makes them refer you to other people? And last but not least, go ahead and ask them if they were to search for your type of business online using an internet search engine like Google, what search term would they type in to Google to search for you? This will help you a little bit later on when you put together your online marketing plan, and help you find some good keywords that you can use in your educational content. So, yes, you do need to actually call these people up or have somebody else call them up for you. No, they will not be offended or annoyed by it. They will be more than glad to help you out. In fact, when I do these surveys on behalf of my clients, I often have trouble getting people off the phone because they just don't want to stop talking about this business. So go ahead and actually do this, and you can even record the calls if you want with the person's permission, and share the results with your staff. And what's going to happen is after a few of these conversations, you're going to hear the same things repeated over and over again. People will even use the exact same words to describe how you are different. And that's going to be what you communicate in your marketing messages. So you're going to take those two elements and put them together, your ideal customer and your core difference, and make that your marketing strategy. And with those two things in place, you can then move to the next step, which is the marketing hourglass.